I now call the February 7th Board of Commissioners meeting, 2023 Board of Commissioners meeting to order. At this point, I'm going to call on Diane Roberts to do our roll call. Here.
Here. Here. Here. Here. Here. Here.
So with Valentine's Day just around the corner, our invocation and pledge of allegiance is going to be by the Trojan Trebles from the Carrollton High School Performing Arts. The director is Julie Lowry. So if you would like to send a singing Valentine next Tuesday, we will have the information on our Facebook page. But Julie, you and the Trebles want to come forward? You'll wait just a second where Ashley can get y'all too. We'll now stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, girls, again, and happy Valentine's Day to y'all.
Thank you so much.
At this time, I'll look for a motion and a second for approval of the agenda.
Motion.
Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? This time I'll look for a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the 6.1 Board of Commissioner meeting minutes January the 3rd, 6.2 Board of Commissioners executive session minutes January the 3rd.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Now we'll step into the public comments time. It's an opportunity for the public to address the commission with any issues or concerns they may have. All remarks should be directed to the chairman and not to individual commissioners, staff, or citizens in attendance. Members of the public shall not make inappropriate or offensive comments. Any individual who violates the rules of decorum may be removed from the meeting. At this time, the board will not comment, nor will the board take any action on the comments, and speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Did we have anyone sign up in the back, Diane? Okay, great. So at this time, I'll ask, is there anyone here that would like to speak during the public comments? I'll ask a second time, is anyone here that would like to speak during the public comments? Well, seeing and hearing none, we will close out the public comments. At this time, we have a special presentation for Charles Pope, and I'm going to turn it over to Vice Chairman Commissioner Chance.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. As many of you know, Mr. Pope, our Director of Public Works and has been of solid waste for many years here at Carroll County, has announced his retirement. I know when I started here 5 years ago, Mr. Pope was definitely a leading department head that helped me understand how the things function in Carroll County and how we get things done. I would say that probably the most notable comment or thing that Charles Pope is known for amongst the commissioners is when you call him up with a problem, it typically gets solved before you hang up the phone. Mr. Pope is not someone that lets things go. He's a doer, and he's done very well for Carroll County and gotten a lot of things done. And we're going to sorely miss his leadership, but certainly appreciate all the service he has given us. Madam Chairman has honored me with the opportunity to read the proclamation, and thank you, Madam Chairman. On February the 7th, 2023 dated, whereas Charles Pope began his career with Carroll County on June 13th, 2003, as the Supervisor of Roads and Public Waste, eventually being promoted to Director of Public Works in 2008. And whereas Charles has faithfully and conscientiously served 6 chairmen, Carroll County and its citizens for more than 20 years, during which time numerous projects were initiated through his leadership, which will continue to have a revitalization and growing impact on Carroll County. And whereas Charles has worked constantly for the betterment of Carroll County Public Works, which contributes to the health, safety, and comfort of the community, and these years of service have been marked by exemplary dedication to the best interest of the community. And whereas Charles Pope in Carroll County has greatly benefited through his leadership in the Public Works Department by genuinely caring for his employees, by ensuring all necessary safety standards are followed, and recognized his employees annually during National Public Works Week. And whereas on behalf of the entire Board of Commissioners, I want to express my sincere appreciation to Charles for his loyalty to Carroll County and wish him much happiness as he begins the new chapter along with his wife, Penny. Now, therefore, I, Michelle Morgan, Chairman of the Carroll County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim Friday, February the 17th, 2023 as Charles Pope Day in Carroll County, and urge all citizens and employees to join me and the Board of Commissioners in congratulating Charles for his service, loyalty, and dedication he has rendered to this community. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Carroll County, Georgia, to be affixed to this proclamation on this 7th day of February, 2023. Michelle Morgan, Chairman of the Carroll County Board of Commissioners.
Charles, if you and Penny will come forward, and guys, if you'll step forward too. official proclamation reader.
Yeah.
At this time, I'll move into the business session. 9.1 is our financial recap for December. Since we did not have a work session last Thursday, I'm going to call Alicia Searcy forward.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioners. We have the December 22 financial statements as presented. At the end of December, we had about 64% of our budgeted revenue collected. That compares to December of last year, where we had about 66.78% of our budget collected. So as a percentage of budget, we're running a little bit behind where we were last year. We're obviously halfway through the year, so that kind of gives us a standard on revenue that doesn't necessarily apply because we have property tax collections that start earlier, so that speeds up the revenue collections. But as far as expenses, through December of 22, we're at 49.72% of our budgeted expenditures compared to 47.6% 1 year ago. So still doing okay, just a little bit behind last year. I think at the end of the day we'll be okay as far as all of that's concerned. Our cash balances are stable and our fund balance is stable.
Is there any questions for Alicia?
I just had a quick one on this SPLOST schedule with the 2021 SPLOST projects listed, and then it gives a designated amount and then a balance available on the last column. And that balance available really is, at the bottom it says undesignated, but that balance is not like we have 62 million sitting out there that we don't know what we're going to do with. It's designated to those projects.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the original allocation when we set the SPLOST up. We hadn't made any real changes to it. We've approved some things and committed funds toward those projects, but really no changes to the designated amounts.
Yeah.
One comment I'd like to make is the auditors presented to us at our retreat that we had last week. And we talked about our fund balance, and it's sitting around a 6-month cushion, if you will. And I asked the question of the auditor, as I have done in years past, does this look like a healthy amount? And of course, I got the same answer that was the professional answer, is that ACCG likes for community counties to have at least 3 months in reserve. And our auditor went on to tell, depending on your cash flow situation, your fiscal year end, and so on and so forth, she has seen communities and counties have as much as 12 months and didn't think that that was too much to have. And one of the things that we pointed out, and I think you had pointed out as well, Ms. Searcy, was dealing with inflation and a lot of other things on projects that we've committed, we may actually have to dip into that. So I did want to make the comment that I have continued to ask the audit firm, based off their professional analysis, do we have too much? And of course the answer has been absolutely not. We're doing very well, and I think sitting in a good position, but it's not too much reserve. And so I did want to make that clarification and point that was presented to us by the auditors at our retreat. And I think it's a very good place that we're in. And I think we're going to have to dip into some of that for some projects that we have committed that the community expects to see brought to fruition. So just wanted to bring that to the forefront.
I agree with you. We are in a good position. We're in a good position to complete these projects as the community expects us to. And so I think it's a job well done by the board.
I'm going to call Danny Yates with Public Works up about a Public Works multi-purpose excavator purchase.
Thank you, Chair, Board. Let me back up to set this for you. On December 21st of last year, we had a fire on the excavator, started in the engine compartment, done a significant amount of damage. And as we started looking at pricing to repair it, I came to Madam Chair and I actually talked to Miss Alicia about the pricing. It wouldn't fiscally sound, I guess, to spend this kind of money on a 20-year-old tractor. So we decided we put out RFPs for them, and we got them back on January 20th. This year we had 8 companies answered, and we at Public Works, we've looked, we've talked, we've discussed, we've tried them. We recommended buying the Saney SY 265C from Central Atlanta Tractor for $201,318. And that's what we're at.
Mr. Yates, and looking at the different bids that you received, it's not the lowest, but it's looks like it's second in line to the lowest, so definitely one of the lower ones. In the conversations that I had with you after these bids were opened and documented, you had explained to me that some of the other more well-known equipment names, such as CAT and so forth, that they actually did not have a warranty anywhere near the standard warranty that's being provided with this piece of equipment. Is that correct?
That is correct, without purchasing an extended warranty, yes.
Okay. So I feel good about it, knowing it's one of the lower prices, but I feel really good about it, knowing that it has the pretty much the best warranty out there by far, which I think is a testament that someone's going to back up their product. So.
Some of them didn't meet your specs, correct?
That's correct. Some of them, some of them come in a little small, some of them come in very large. That's not really what we would want.
Go ahead.
Well, this piece of equipment is readily available.
Yes, sir. 14 days.
14 days.
I have it 14 days.
And the reason that we are in a full mode of transparency and accountability to the public, I don't like to, as I guess, shared with all of my fellow commissioners, just throw money at new equipment. And so I would like to fully disclose that this was not being operated by public works staff, and that this piece of equipment had not had overheating problems prior to this.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
And that it was being operated at a location that the landfill or solid waste in a location where they had been told not to operate or not to put it in that area?
Yes, sir. I'd ask them to keep it at the packing station where they could use to pack the trailer. Yes, sir.
And having then operated it in an area where they were told not to operate it, subsequently somehow trash, paper, whatever, got in an area and congested the normal airflow, and therefore it overheated.
We don't exactly know what happened, whether it was an engine overheat or trash started the fire on the top of the engine. We're not,
Yeah.
But when I got there, the fire department already had it put out. Most all the damage, was done.
Yeah.
No, sir, I can't tell you 100% sure what caused the fire.
The overarching thought here is that, I guess, as in the vein of being frugal, and I know Public Works and under Charles's great leadership and yours as well, Danny, I mean, I know you are frugal and have been for decades, and you operate and have spare equipment and make equipment last as long as possible, and that is greatly appreciated, and the taxpayers greatly appreciate that. And when we have a $200,000 to $300,000 replacement piece of equipment, I would just like to say that the county should not throw money at negligent operations, and I would like to encourage the department where this tractor was being operated to operate then such equipment, or encourage you to not feel obligated to let them operate, but instead to operate it with your own staff who do take care of equipment, so that we're not throwing money at $200,000 to $300,000 a clip. I mean, equipment is expensive, and we shouldn't just say, hey, let's go out and spend another $200,000. We've got the money. This one happened to burn up. What will happen next week? So I want us to operate like y'all have been operating at Public Works, and where we are kind enough to loan out equipment. I think it's fair to say that take great pause and deliberation before you hand it over to someone else if they're not going to adhere to how the equipment should be operated. We don't want to waste money like this.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any more questions or discussion? I'll look for a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you.
All right, 9.3, or we're postponing that for waiting on some more information. 9.4, the appointment to the Health Board. Myself and District Commissioner Montrell McClendon.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Cindy Barge has decided to resign from her position on the Health Board. So I would like to nominate Ms. Tiffany Ramsey.
Any further questions or discussion? Seeing, oh wait, we need a second, sorry. I guess I'll second it, that's what, so there is a first and a second. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? Great. At this time, I need a motion and a second to go into executive session.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? At this time, we will we'll stop the recording. We plan to come back and make no decisions or any kind of vote. So at this time, we'll just adjourn the meeting for the time. All right, thanks.